You guys, this boy's getting on my nerves. So, I keep walking. So we don't have a harness, so I left the harness in the car from when he went swimming this past weekend. But he can walk on it just fine. Like I don't want to use the collar, even though I have collars. I really don't want to use the collar because I just worry about his neck and stuff. So we're not trying to do any of that. Keep it moving. So basically, he's gonna get a treat for every minute he does. Every minute he does on this thing, let's see where we at. So I'm distance now. We just started. He burned 5 calories, almost 6. Time is 1 minute, so he get a little bit of a treat. So I have some leftover turkey. Keep it moving, keep it moving. So this boy's getting on my nerves. So let me rant for you guys for a second. So it is a bit different for him. He's been out the most he's ever been. He's just been being a butt. And I think a lot of it's just because he doesn't have enough exercise. So this is what we're doing right now. But I think I might have to do this earlier in the day because during my work day today, he was just a menace. Not really bad, but just annoying enough just to be a menace in my book. But first of all, he didn't want to sit in the office all day while I was working. That's the first thing he didn't want to do. So he would just be in the office and just be whining and pacing and chewing on stuff he's supposed to be, just whining and pacing. And so I was just like, okay, well, you can go outside. Outside, he just sits and he barks at anything that makes noise. Anything that makes noise, he's sitting there and barking at. And I'm actually not sure because I did step out here to watch him today for one of the times he was out, and he didn't bark at all. So I'm wondering if it's just like, I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on, what he's barking at, but whatever, he every time I sit down in the office with him outside, I just hear him barking. Over and over again. Wait, see where we at right now? I know I can talk a lot, you guys, so I gotta make sure I at least keep track of this. He's doing good. Oh, we 2 minutes in, man. Oh boy. Anyway, so I can't leave him outside because he's just barking in the back. And so he don't want to be inside, he don't want to be outside. So basically what I've been doing, I've been putting him in the kennel out here, which of course is uncomfortable. And he of course is howling in there, which I think is something I'm gonna definitely start nipping in the bud because it's really obnoxious. And I really don't want to deal with that with the puppy Samara and Kratos at the same time. Like I just don't want to deal with that. So we're gonna do something different. Panting already? Good boy. So I'm gonna try to go for 20 minutes, you guys. We'll see, but I want him exhausted. I want him tired because he's getting on my nerves. Because like I said, I think this is something I'm gonna have to do probably in the morning so I can actually have a quiet dog when I'm trying to work. But this is good enough now. Today I do have a meeting, so it's orientation for his basic classes today. He does not get to come with me, but he doesn't have to come with me, so that's a bummer for him because there's no excitement there. He's gonna be at home. And on top of that, he also doesn't, when I come home, I have Bible service, and so I just won't have time when I come back to really do anything else with him. So this is what we're doing right now because I want him tired. Having him outside is fine when I do my outside videos, but he's just not being exercised. Like, I can throw the ball, yeah, he'll go chase it, but he's not going to bring the ball back to me. Like I said, as soon as it's not moving anymore and nobody else wants it, he doesn't care about the ball. So he's going to put it down and chew on some grass, which is what he usually does. Or chew on some weeds. It's not even grass, it's weeds. So I want him to be tired. I don't want him to be outside grazing like he's some type of cow or goat. Like I want him to be tired. So, sorry, I know I was talking for a while. I'm just going to go ahead and preemptively give him one, so I'm pretty sure he made his next minute. Come on, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. And so, anywho, so I want him tired, so this is what we're doing. We have on 3 miles per hour, it's 4 minutes. I'll give you a little extra one. Come on, keep it moving. Yeah, so it's on 3 miles per hour, you guys can see. 3 miles per hour. So yeah, I want this boy tired if he's doing on this. He might not need to do it, but at least 15 minutes, because this boy's been getting on my nerves, so. But yeah, so you guys, all this barking, all this crying, just all this fussing. It's like, I'm tired of it. You need to be sleeping on work. Like, you need to be relaxing and behaving when I'm at work. But he's just being a butt lately. And you see, I have the e-collar on him. And so I had a total of 3 e-collars. And I don't use them every day, so I don't use them often. But when I do use them, I use them, I guess. And so this is a new one, actually. I bought a thing of 3. And this is a new one, and this is the one that I hadn't used before. It's being used for the first time right now, And so the other two I tried to use, but one of them just won't charge. Have no clue what happened to that e-collar. Like, I literally can't remember the last time I used it, but like, it won't charge, it won't turn on, it's just broken. And the other one, Jack had broke one of the one of the little handles on it. Hi, what's that finger? She broke one of the handles on it, which is my fault because I attached a tether to it when she was outside that one time, and she broke it off. And so basically, it won't. You see how it's like you guys don't see it, but the actual prong parts for the shock are actually on Kratos' skin. So if I need to use the shock, it's on his skin, so he'll actually feel it. However, because the other one is broken, it won't actually stay the right side up, so the prongs are up in the air. Which, honestly, to be truthful, like, the buzz usually works fine. Like, just the vibrate works really fine with Kratos, because I taught him that after the buzz, you get something worse. So usually the buzz is immediately, like, I really don't have to use the shock on him unless it's just something serious, right? Which, even then, it hasn't been anything recent. But that collar won't stay on the right angle, so I really can't use it. And on top of that, it also doesn't have the distance. So basically, when I let Jack out now, I have to go outside with her so she doesn't get too hyped and chase something that she's not supposed to, and like tear her belly, or tear her little incision. And therefore, Kratos has to be in the kennel because I don't trust him inside the house. Like, 8 months old, he is not mature enough to be in my house unsupervised. It's just not happening. With Jack, I could definitely be outside with Kratos and have her inside the house free. I usually don't, but I could, and she would be totally fine. There'd be no issues. She'd probably be crying and stuff, but she's not going to go and chew on something. Kratos here is still a chewer. Given the opportunity, he's going to pick something up in his mouth, usually socks, and chew on them. So it's just I can't let him out in the house, so he has to be in the kennel. And like I said, Jack's kennel is for Jack, even when Jack is outside. So he has to go in this kennel right here. And he just howls and cries and howls. And I had the other e-collar on him trying to use the vibrate, and it wasn't doing anything. It wasn't doing anything. And I know this because I also tried, it has like I don't have the, I do, okay. This is the thing. So this is electric, this is buzz, and this is the sound. And so with the other collar, I would click the sound. You see, they heard that beeping? That is, that's a good boy. That is, letting you know that, hey, we have connection. If you do something with this thing, the connection should work. But I would literally be having the collar in my hands and the remote in my other hand, trying to make the other collar work, and it just wouldn't go off all the time. So that collar is broken too. So I cannot recommend this e-collar if you guys need an e-collar. I'm probably going to be getting a new one, especially since I don't use e-collars that often. Like, I really don't. We haven't went on a off-leash hike in a while, and the last time we went on an off-leash hike, I didn't have to use the e-collar at all with either of the dogs. And Kratos, like I said, now he's going through a little bit of a phase where he's being a bit of a butt, which is understandable. He's being a teenager now. And so I think I will have to use it a little bit more often, especially when Jack is healed enough to the point where they can play again. Because I'm pretty sure Kratos is going to try to hump, is going to still try to hump. We need to nip that in the bud. And I'm not sure my voice is going to be enough for him to be like, okay, let me stop. But regardless of that, I can't recommend this e-collar because I don't use it often enough. So there's really no reason for it not to be working. And then, or even like the fact that the one was broken, that's definitely my fault. I shouldn't have attached it to this tether. But the fact that even in close proximity, it doesn't all the time work, even after I've charged it, that's an issue. I haven't had the collar long. I've had it less than a year. I bought all these at the same time. So anyway, my kind of sort of review, not review. Okay, I give you one a little bit early, so you have to go a little longer without another one. Yeah, so our goal is to do 15 minutes here, possibly more, but he's already kind of lagging, and he's been panting for a while. It's good stuff, but anyway. So this is the video for today. Sorry, it's probably not super interesting, but I just want to tell how good he is. Like, he's as much as he's getting on my nerves today, he's still a really good dog. Like I said, there's no way, except for his first 2.5, basically 1.5, 2 months with me. Those 2 months were a nightmare. And if you'd asked me at that time if you should get a Dogo Argentino Mastiff, I would have said no, because Kratos was a menace. He was actually kind of horrible for the first 2 months. That I had him. Not his first 2 months he was alive. From the time he was about 7 weeks until he was about 4 months old. I had him, and he was basically horrible. But honestly, after he got out that phase, he's been pretty easy. Yes, he's being a stubborn puppy. He's going through a phase. All dogs do. Except for Jack. Jack did not go through a phase like that. She's too much of a good girl. But for his breed, it's expected. So nothing really surprising out of him has come up. Well, I guess I'm surprised about how well behaved he is. I really thought I was going to struggle a lot with him. And I really thought he was going to teach me, like, yeah, you do not want any more Dogo Mastiffs in your home. He's good. But, like, he's good. Like, he is amazing. Come on, keep it up, man. Keep it up. 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 He's been amazing. And he's being a little bit of a teenager right now. But he's a good boy. Come on, keep it up. We can't slow down. Keep him moving now. But also, like, it's not only at 3 miles per hour, but he's also adding an incline, which is this is the natural incline of the thing. Come on, keep him moving. Oh, sorry. He's trying to follow me, and he stepped on the little side, which does not move, so. But anyway, but yeah, he's been doing really well, you guys. So, I'm really hoping that Samara doesn't give me 2 months of grief like Kratos did when I first got him. I really hope Samara is just better. But, you know, I'll talk about that more as the time comes. So, which it's approaching pretty quickly, but, you know, it's still a ways away. I don't want to get too excited yet, you know. She ain't here yet. Anyway, and she hasn't been through her first vet appointment. She turned 6 weeks this weekend. Or maybe she's already 6 weeks. I don't actually remember. But that's around the time that they get their first vet appointment if you go to a good breeder. And so I'm excited for those vet reports to come through. And then soon she'll be on her way here. And soon she'll be here. So, you know, we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait for it. All things will happen. But yeah. So. Yeah, he's a good boy. Yeah, he's been a bit of a butt today. But it's something I know I would have to work on. But like he's never had a time when he was just out of the kennel all day like Jack is. Because Jack, she's rarely in the kennel unless I'm switching her out for Kratos. But she sleeps outside the kennel. You know, if I have a busy day, she's usually the dog that is out because I can trust her more. Except for the fact that Paco. Like, Paco's the best dog I have, let's be honest. Paco, any situation, I can have him, he's good. Jack's the second one. Because, like, she's just not going to get into stuff, you know? She's going to lay down, relax. The most she'll get into is she might start chasing her tail if she's real bored, which can make a lot of noise. And that's, like, a lot of noise. Compared to barking stuff, it's not a lot of noise, but it still makes noise. And if I have, in my meetings, people are definitely going to wonder, like, what is going on in the background? Oh, it's not my dog chasing her tail. I'm like, oh, you have a puppy? Like, not really. Come on, keep it. Like, not really. She's definitely not a puppy. She's almost an adult. Anyway, guys, I know I'm just rambling, but we have a couple more minutes. I do think I'm going to stop at 15 because he does seem tired. I guess I'll let him go outside and you guys can see him walk outside, but we're not going to go too much longer after that because I have to go to his puppy class to pay for his class and everything. Not that I haven't been to orientation for this before. It's been my second time going to orientation for basic, but, you know. It's still good to make an appearance. And make sure you get any extra news. Sugar boy. So we're at 13 minutes, 13:50. Yeah, I definitely started this right here, the treadmill before I start the video, but it's pretty close. Come on, man. I know you can do it. You're a good boy. Who's a good boy? You're doing so good. He's actually doing really well, you guys. He's doing so good. Because these times have been, like, all the times he's been on the treadmill, you guys have seen. And so for him to be at this already, this is what, his third time? Fourth time on the treadmill? Come on, you gotta keep it up. Fourth time on the treadmill, he's doing really well, actually not having to be harnessed. So, it was really good. Now, if I didn't have my attention on him, that would be an issue. That would definitely be an issue. Almost done, man. You're almost done. Like, you got 30 more seconds, man. 30 more seconds. You can do this. You was a good boy. You were a great boy. That's a great man. I'll try to get I won't be able to do it today, but I'll try to get an update on Jack for you guys tomorrow. And she's doing fairly well. She's still kind of stiff and sometimes she's a bit sore. But she's doing well than I thought she would be doing, to be honest. So the only issue that we're kind of fighting with her now, she eats fine, but she won't drink water, so I've had to, but I think a lot that's because of the cone, to be honest. All the issues that she does have, I think because of the cone. But she won't drink water. We're at 15. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Come on, keep it moving. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Good boy, sit. Good boy. Now, let me just close up the rest of these leftovers. Lest I tempt him to do something he gonna get in trouble for. Oh! Oh, good boy. Okay, come here, baby boo. It's time to use the bathroom. Sometimes I try to do this before they go on the treadmill, but Kratos has been out so many times today because I really thought that when he's crying inside the office, he would need to use the bathroom. Okay. But nah, he was just wanting to be out here. See? Thought I was gonna grab a toy. Yeah, I'm out here with you. Oh, he thinks we're going somewhere now. I did actually leave the house like this, you guys. I usually don't leave the house in these. I definitely did that today. Just looking at us though, peeing like a baby. I'm peeing like a giant porpoise. Anywho, you guys, like I said, I've got to go in a couple minutes. I need to get Jack out because, like I said, actually didn't say anything. I totally lost the train of thought. So the issue with Jack is that, first of all, she won't drink her water out of her water dish, but she's never been a very heavy drinker with water inside the house, to be completely honest. She used to, when she was a puppy, she used to drink plenty of water, but then she drank enough water to where she puked. I'm just like, you know what? No, we're not going to do the whole water poisoning thing. That's just not going to happen. So I started not limiting her water, but when she would be drinking water, I'd actively be like, okay, that's enough. Which is something I have to do with Kratos now. But anywho, and so she's been having issues with that, so I've been adding it to her food because she eats food fine. Like, there's no issues with her eating. But she hasn't pooped yet. I mean, she did, like, literally when I came home, immediately following her surgery, she pooped immediately, but she hasn't pooped since. And so, you know, I am trying to kind of get her to poop, basically I'm trying to say. But yeah, water, like, eating's not an issue, and water is kind of not an issue because I give her water in her meals. But basically, she's doing pretty good. But I think a lot of that's just her cone, to be completely honest. Because I said she pooped and peed fine when I first got her home, but that was before I put the cone on her head. And since then, she's been kind of like not. Honestly, the first night, she kind of just stared at me when I was out here with her. So I'm just like I had just given her medication. Not the first night, but there was one time I took her out and I had just given her medication, and she just kind of stood there and swayed. I'm like, okay, it looks like you might be high, so we'll just go inside so you can nap. But yeah, anyway, guys, everything else is going fine. I do not know what Kratos is smelling so intently. Possibly the missus, but I don't actually remember if she peed over here this morning. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna go because I have to go, so I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.